Here we go, it's last week of the auction, America's favorite top 10 list of auction results from around the globe. As hand selected by me, Josh Levine, your host and guide to the world of auctions, and this is episode 3 of season 3, and officially now the hottest YouTube series and social media sensation in the world. Okay, the auction world. And what do I have for you today? I got peeps. A little help for the Tin Man. That's a pretty bowl. And what a cute little cup. And so much more. So here we are again with real auction results from real auction houses, and with that comes an all-access pass to the valuable insight to just what's going on in the secondary market. You know, whether you're a reseller, an appraiser, an auctioneer, downsizing an estate, thinking of selling, or maybe you just like antiques and collectibles, I know you're going to learn something today. At least I hope so. So welcome back, subscribers, and hello newbies. We got the goods. Amazing auction results, fun facts, and so much more. And what do I always say? Nothing is more interesting than the world of auctions. Yes, not even Skittles. Taste the rainbow. So in the end, if you like the show, before you go, subscribe below, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment or two, and please share. Because sharing is caring. And don't forget to check out the drop-down section below, because I got links to everything I discuss, my social media channels, and most importantly, where you can find out more about all these great auction houses. They are where I find out about all this cool stuff. So I know what you're saying. Josh, shut up and get on with it. It's last week at the auction. Coming in at number 10 is a U.S. Marine World War I era enlisted dress visor cap that brought $425 at Leland Little. Military collectibles have a great following. They've been consistent over the years as well. So don't discount Grandpa's old uniform or medals and ephemera in the attic. Even old love letters from the theater can have significant value. I just found this set for $440 as a little tip. Number 9 is the Clark's Walnut Spool cabinet that just sold for $850, also at Leland Little. Hey, I gotta point out, they've had some great sales recently with wonderful teaching opportunities for you, so you might hear their name a lot in this episode. They get some great estates. Anyway, with the growing popularity of sewing machines that were invented in about 1844, a whole new market had opened up, and no one wanted to spin their own thread anymore. Who has time for that? So women began to purchase ready-made thread on a wooden spool. So what do you have to have a place to store that, right? So the spool cabinet was born. And remember, nostalgia is money. All right, number 8 is the Piero Fornasetti double-sided lidded urn that brought $1,300 at, you guessed it, Leland Little. And how about that for a two-faced cookie jar? Again, it's a case of doing your homework. Today, Fornasetti creations under the artistic direction of his son Barnaba are found in all sorts of design elements and home goods. So keep an eye out for that name. That could make you some money. All right, number 7 is a Georgian apple form tea caddy that just sold for $2,000 where I'm not even going to say it. Okay, well, Leland Little. And I love tea caddies, and they come in all forms. Most notably, these were produced during the Georgian era, which is a period of time between 1714 1837, and it had been named after the Hanoverian kings, George I, II, III, and IV. You're going to see this name referenced often, or this term, in antiques and collectibles, and now you'll know what it means, the Georgian period. You thought Georgia too. Okay, that was just me when I was a kid. Anyway, number 6 is a tiny Chinese blue and white stemmed cup that brought $2,600 at Cottone. I would have guessed $30 prior to seeing this 3 5/8 inch vessel with the zodiac decorations. How about you? You know, if you find a course in Chinese antique identification, I suggest taking it. But rather than that, the best way you can learn is following these auctions. There is gold in them hills, and knowledge is power. Dumb luck is really good too. So what's next? Number 5, John Speed's circa 1676 map of America that just sold for $2,800 at Freeman's. My favorite part of this lot is in the title, with those parts unknown, meaning several areas of America had not yet been properly surveyed. And just to illustrate the desirability of rare maps, just a short while back, Simpson's Gallery sold this rare Civil War era map of Texas, circa 1862, for $115,000. It was entitled Pressler's Map of the State of Texas. You see, there's a lot of demand out there for cartography, and a great auction will find the money. All right, let's move on to number 4. A Gulf oil store display just brought $6,500 at Morphy's. Only 11 by 10 by 4. It included a great pair of cans. I know you're gonna probably snickered at that. Anyway, complete with their graphics. And I'm always talking about cross collectibles. And this one, it's Americana, it's advertising, and the motorheads are gonna love this too. Rare finds like this are always in demand. All right, number 3 is a Ben Austrian oil on canvas hen with chicks that brought $13,750 at Poke and Poke. Ben Austrian, the American painter, is best known for his realistic depictions of farm life, particularly chickens and barns. He was known for his attention to detail and his amazing brushwork. And I'm sure he was always, his wife was going, "Honey, what are you doing out there in the barn?" "I'm just painting the chickens, dear." Okay, I gotta get back to that Morphe sale that featured all sorts of automobilia with number 2. This Penn Trump motor oil sign circa 1936 brought $4,250. The double-sided sign itself was 18 by 22, but it commanded an amazing price because it was a super rare variant and it brought all the collectors out. And when you have auctions like this, you attract the serious collectors. That's a tip for you when people ask me, should I sell my collection slowly or all at once? I always say all at once. Buyers love and will pay a premium when a lifetime collection comes up. The rarest of the rare tend to exceed expectations as you have the full attention and wallets of the collector community versus a few pieces being one-offs in an estate sale or multi-consignor sale that might get lost. By the way, that's just my opinion, and opinions are like Cyclops eyes. Are you ready for it? Number 1 was titled A Rare Cut Glass Bowl with Gorham Sterling Mounts, and it brought $60,000 at Cowan's. This bowl was striking, but wow, that's a lot of money. From the late 19th century, I would have ventured to guess at $2,500, and supposedly that would have been an educated guess because I supposedly know what I'm doing. But again, this shows you the awesome power and why I believe in auctions so much. Were you going to stick that in your booth for $60,000 or throw it on Etsy or eBay? I didn't think so. And now you know what happened last week at the auction. So what time is it? It's time for lunch. No, it's time for viewers' email. This week's question comes from Ronald Betts of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, who asks, do you think it's a good time to sell your silver? Yes, it's up, and I say take the win now. Just do a little homework and make sure you don't have something special. Yes, there's bulk silver in there that you can just sell for spot or scrap, but names are so important, so please look. You got Tiffany, Bucciolati, George Jensen, and more, selling for 2 and 3 times their weight. You have a question, ask me or ask a local expert. I hope that helps you. So, thank you everybody. Don't forget to email me your questions at josh@joshlevinespeaks. You can ask me anything, and some of the questions are getting really good. And before I go, if you enjoyed the show, subscribe below. Please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment or two, and be sure to check out the great auction houses from today's show. I have everything down in the bottom. And all the auctioneers I've featured the last 2 seasons, support your local auction. They're some of the hardest working people right now. And again, I want to thank the Lucky Odds out of San Antonio, Texas for providing me their hit song Whiplash. Check them out at theluckyodds.com. And remember, also support your local musicians and artists. Just do it. I'll see you next week or last week at the auction.